Hello, good evening, and welcome to Become a Better Man. My name is Tunde Disu. Thank you for being part of today's program. As you can see from the title of today's program, it's rather unusual. For a long time, I've kind of don't want to do the program or any of this program on relationships. Not because I don't know what to say or don't have what to say. Relationship is something that is very, very diverse and can be misinterpreted, can be misrepresented. So I've tried as much as possible to not stay away from it, but to just keep my opinion to myself as much as possible. However, I have a friend, Fumi Quadri Jimon. She organizes a program every quarter called Single But Not Satisfied. Single But Not Satisfied, and it's for single, matured uh, men and women. And I've had the privilege of speaking at some of these events. Last Saturday, I was speaking at one of them actually in London. But the one before last, I think that was the one in June. After the program, a lady approached me and she said, "Mr. Diso, I follow your program very well on Facebook, but you never said anything along the line of what you've shared here tonight. I understand this is a special program for singles, but there are many people watching your program as well that are single, and I think they will benefit from this type of materials that you've shared here today." So I said, well, I will think about it. Then last Saturday, after I did the same program with my friend, I just felt it won't hurt to share with the general audience some of the things that were covered during this single but not satisfied program. So here we are. I am going to try and cover as much as possible within the time frame that we have. But on tonight's program, I want to address specifically single ladies. Now, I know men will benefit from it as well, but specifically, I want to talk to single ladies. I want to share what I know, what I've learned, what I've seen, what I've experienced, and what I have studied and the research that I've looked into, just to help do some pointers on what men are actually or really looking for when it comes to relationships, especially marital relationship, going into marriage with ladies, irrespective of your level of maturity. As long as you're an adult and you're ready, you're willing to get married. Some of the things we're going to cover tonight, I hope will help you. I pray that it will help you. But they are some of the things you probably will not, uh, you won't hear in a lot of places. So tonight we're talking to single ladies, and I'm revealing to you some of the secrets of men. What men really want from their proposed spouses or girlfriends or fiancé and all of that. So we're going to be looking at some of those things. Some of them might not be comfortable for you, but that's the way it rolls. I'm going to start by telling you that as a lady, if you are dating somebody, if you're going out with somebody, if you're in courtship with somebody and you're wondering, when is he going to ask the question? When is he going to pop the question? When is he going to get on his knee and ask me if I will marry him? We've been seeing each other, we've been going out for this long, and yet he hasn't said anything. We've been together we've attended 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe weddings of our friends, and he hasn't said anything. What is wrong with this guy? Well, I'm going to help you tonight to at least have an idea of where he is or where he might be, because you never know. It might not apply to everybody. Let me start by saying the biggest and the hardest battle in a man's life, especially a single man, is the battle of commitment. Commitment. Now, when I talk about the battle, the challenge of commitment for men, I am not saying he's scared or he's afraid of commitment. No. Although there are some that are afraid, that are so scared of commitment. But generally, it's not about the fear of committing to the relationship. What they are afraid of is making sure that when I make this commitment, it is the right one. When I make this pronouncement, it is lock, stock, and barrel. Once I make this choice, there is no looking back. The biggest challenge that men faces when they're in a relationship with a lady, when it comes to long life and lifelong commitment, is the fear of failure. Men generally, they pride themselves on success, on improvement, on advancement, on conquering, on being able, being seen as able and capable. So the biggest issue that every man faces is the fear of failure. What if it doesn't work? What if I made the wrong mistake? What if I made a mistake rather? What if I rush in too early? What if I've missed my chance? What if and what if? What if it fails? And that is the biggest challenge that a man faces. For a long time, women have been talking about what they want in their men. You ask any single lady, many of you single ladies out there, you already have your list. He must be this, he have to be this, he should be this, he must have this. And rightly so, you must have a good criteria for what you're looking for. You must have an idea of what you will settle for, because remember, marriage is a lifetime commitment. So you have to be sure of what you're looking for. But don't get bogged down by the stereotype of he must be tall, black, and handsome. He must be white with long hair and blue eyes and all of that. The truth is, most of those people are not available. They've already been taken. And if you allow yourself to be locked down into that, you will have problems. There is the general belief also that everything a man wants is sex. It's not possible. It's not true. It is not true. In fact, and that's a topic for another time, but I can tell you now, there is something that every man wants that is more important to them, more valuable to them. They will rather, if possible, pay you for it than sex. I can tell you that. As a man, committing to that one person, making that life commitment, making that wholehearted commitment is among the most important, if not the most important decision in a man's life. Because he is not just making a choice for a wife. He's not just looking for a life partner. No, there is a lot more that is involved in that decision. He's looking for, yes, a life partner, the woman or the lady that will share his world with him for the rest of his life. But more than that, he's looking for somebody that will be the mother of his children. Somebody that will be his helper in planning the rest of their lives together. Somebody that he can lean on, somebody that he can go to, somebody that will be his anchor, will be his bread, will be his sustainer, somebody that will be there to catch him if he's falling, somebody that will be there to pick him up and pull him up and challenge him and help him to become a better man than he is right now. So there is a lot that he's looking for in a wife, more than just somebody to hang on his shoulder when he's going out in the evening. So what does the right woman look like in the eyes of the man? And what are some of the signs that he is looking for? What are some of the traits that she has to portray and put forward, not in an acting and pretentious way. No, but what are some of the ways, some of the things, some of the feelings, some of the actions and reactions that a man is looking for in making that ultimate decision to say, this is the one? Because you must remember, his biggest challenge is not about you or her or Jane or Janet or Cecilia or Tracy or Dupe or Shade. No, his biggest challenge is, I can't fail in this. I must make the right decision that will remove the possibility of failure in my life. So what are some of those things that a man or a man is looking for in a woman to bring him to the point of making that decision? Maybe you are in a relationship tonight. Maybe you are dating or seeing somebody, you are going out with somebody, and you are wondering, what else do I have to say? What else do I have to do? What else do I have to be? How else do I have to behave for this guy to see what he needs to see? I'm going to help you tonight. And I hope some of the things that we're going to talk about tonight will help you, not just in knowing what he's looking for, but in putting yourself in a position that he can see what he needs to see for him to get on his knee and make that decision with you. The first thing that a man is looking for in a woman, I know a lot of people will say, oh, she must be beautiful and be like a bottle and all of that. Seriously? We'll get to that. The first thing the man is looking for in a woman for his life commitment is authenticity. Authenticity. Yes, beauty has its place, don't get me wrong, because that is what he's going to see first thing in the morning when he opens his eyes. That is what he's going to see last thing at night before he closes his eyes. Beauty is important, but everything to do with who you are is more important to him than what you look like. Everything to do with who you are, the real you, the authentic you, is more important to him than the mascaras and the Avon and the eyelashes and the this and the that you are doing. He's more involved. He's more interested in, who are you? Who is the real you? Men are looking for ladies that put much time and energy into ensuring that they look good as they do in being genuine and real. A woman, a lady, will spend 2 hours in front of the mirror, making up, touching up, freshening up, and cleaning up, and all of that, which is great. Well done. That is so important. But he's looking beyond that. He's looking at, okay, after all that is done, after the mascaras and the makeups and the Avon and the Chilen and all of that is gone on you, who are you? He's looking for the real you, the genuine article. Are you the real person? Are you the same girl that you are when you are with your 3 friends that you grew up together, you went to the same school, maybe you work together, and when the 3 of you are together, you just you? Or are you the one that when he sees you, you're a different person? The man is looking for that same girl that you are when you are with your friends. If you need to laugh, you laugh loud. If you need to smile, you smile well. If you need to sit down, you sit. Whatever you need, just be yourself. Be real, be authentic. Let me tell you, if a man will demand that you change everything for him to accept you, kick that cowboy out of your life for the rest of his life. He's not worthy of who you are. If he has to change everything and anything and completely make you into a different person, he's not a husband material. Just be yourself. Don't be hesitant to be with him the way you are with Rachel, the way you were last week with Nike and Esther and Rebecca. Just be yourself. Laugh, have a sense of humor. Don't take your life and yourself too serious. Don't pretend like you don't go to the toilet when he's around. That is a natural thing that we all do. Be yourself. If you go out with him and you're in a restaurant and on that wonderful day you don't feel like eating the whatever it's on the menu, you just want a cheeseburger, just say, I like a cheeseburger. Or you just want the ribs, just tell him, I want one of them ribs, slap on this plate so I can do justice. Be real to yourself, because you can't pretend forever. If you feel like, I don't, it's a Saturday, what's the point? I just want a simple casual t-shirt, some pants and some trainers. Get on with it. The man is looking for the real you, not the make-believe. Because eventually when you get into his house, when the two of you are together as married couple, you can't pretend forever. The real you will come forth. The real you will surface, and he'll be wondering, how did I get up with a stranger in my house? Men love you when you get dressed up and you look beautiful and you are on your stiletto and your 6 inches high heels and your Christian Louboutin and all of that. It is wonderful, but you don't live in that. You can't live forever walking on no. You can't be a supermodel always on the catwalk all the time. No, he wants to seal the real you. In fact, if there ever comes a time when you feel the need to adjust yourself, to be this, to be that, to please him, it's not worthy of you. So the first thing a man is looking for is a woman that is authentic. Not the make-believe, not the pretense. Not the one in the showcase. No, he wants the one that is real. Number 2 that a man is looking for in a woman is respect. Now, when I say respect, before you shoot me down, just wait and hear me out. I'm not talking about you respecting him. If he's a good man, he's a true man, he's worthy of his name, you will respect him. That won't be an issue. And that is if you are the authentic, the real McCoy as well. But the respect the man is looking for is how you respect yourself, because that says a lot about who you are. There is nothing wrong as a lady, married or single, for you to wear a dress that accentuates your body and makes you look nice and take away. That is wonderful. But don't do it and expose what you don't need to expose and dress yourself in a disrespectful way. You must respect yourself. You have to respect yourself. You know, when we were growing up and before we were growing up, one of the biggest, most secretive thing in a lady's life is her diary. Oh, shoot. You don't know where it is. You don't see her when she's journaling things in her diary. You can't even know where it is kept. That diary is the holy grail of a lady. She keeps it close to her heart because every of her emotions, every of her thoughts, every of her feelings, every of her views, everything about her is bounded in that diary. And so that diary becomes the most precious material in her life. But nowadays, women don't have diaries. Their diaries is the Facebook, is the Instagram, is the Twitter, is the this, and it is the that. Well, you've told the whole world everything. What is there about you that it's not just him that doesn't know it? The whole world knows about it. He says to the man, you don't respect yourself. You don't respect yourself. People put on Facebook where they go, who they went with, what happened at the club, what happened last night. Oh, I was so drunk, I didn't even know how I got home. It was a wonderful. He's wondering, seriously? Men don't want a lady who's been everywhere, who has done everything, who's been with everyone. No, they want a lady that respects herself, that you carry yourself in a certain way. You know, one of the most attractive thing to a man in a woman is the mystery that surrounds the woman. It keeps the man running after you, hunting, wanting to find out, keep him chasing you. But if everything is on Facebook and all the pictures you took at the beach and the one you took in the parlor and the one you did, everything is everywhere. When you keep yourself in a certain way, it is more intriguing for the man. He wants to chase. He wants to find out. He wants to know what makes you you. What is the secret? And that keeps his interest in you. Your conversation with him will gain substance because you respect yourself. When he's approaching you, he's going to approach you with some dignity, some level of respect, some honor, some decorum. Lady Thatcher said, if you have to tell people that you're a lady, then you are not. They should just look at you and see and know, ooh. You've got to approach her with respect. There is something about her that commands, that demands, that requires that this is not somebody you walk past and you brush your shoulder against. No. This is somebody you approach with courtesy, with respect. And it is bound, it is dependent upon how much you respect yourself. Number 3, now, a man is looking for in a woman is affection. Now, when I say affection, I'm not talking of sex. Don't get me wrong. Men are physical in nature. Men are more intrigued with what they see than what they do. Everything for man, it elevates with a look. Just the look sends his head spinning. Just the look at you from the other side of the room. His head, his afro is growing by the minute. Men are by nature drawn to what they see. And all of that is not just how you dress. It's not the quality of the label of your shirt or your skirt or your dress or your shoe or your handbag. No, it is the you. The je ne sais quoi, the way you just hang aloof, almost like. And so when a man is in a courtship or dating relationship with a woman that shows him affection, that gives him something to behold, that gives him something to just salivate about her. Oof. Your aunties and uncles will think she has put some medicine in your food. No, it's because what he's seeing, what he's feeling, the affection that is flowing from you towards him is keeping him up at night. Is keeping him awake during the night. Now you've got a man chasing after you. Another thing about men is a man likes his woman who, while you are walking down the road, don't let him be the one that will reach out to you all the time and hold your hand. You just grab his hand. When you do that, when you put your hand on his hand, when you tuck your arm, your arm round his elbow, when you hold him like that, you're not just saying to the world, this one is mine, I ain't go nowhere. You are saying to the man, I am so proud to be just hanging on your shoulder because you mean that to me. If you do that, shakatalaba, that man is smitten. Oh, he's taking over. Because it evokes the feeling of being wanted, of being appreciated in a man. And that feeling is priceless. It strengthens his connection with you. It opens up lines of communications with you. Oh, he doesn't talk. Yeah, he doesn't talk because you don't give him, you've not brought him to the point of talking. It makes him feel comfortable and invited. He makes him feel. Forget about these lies that they say, oh, men don't talk. Seriously, they talk in the right environment. They just give him the room, give him the affection, give him the confidence. Let him know, and then he will open up to you. Whew. Men, I'm revealing some of your secrets tonight. And ladies, I hope you are making notes and taking mental note if you have to, so that you can use this to become a better person, so that you can use this to bring him to see what he needs to see, so that he can do what he needs to do. Another thing a man is looking for in a woman is intelligence. Don't let him be the one that brings up every topic and then he will have to explain it over and over and over before you half got the story, don't know where it's coming from, he can't even. Please. There is nothing wrong in you being the best professional in your career. If you are a nurse, be the best nurse. If you are a teacher, be the best teacher. If you are a homemaker, be the best homemaker. If you are a judge, be the best. Whatever your line of career is, be the best at it. But you see, don't limit yourself to just that alone. Enlarge your funnel to gain more knowledge, to receive more information, to lift yourself up, to be better, to be able to hold conversation with him outside of. You should have seen the traffic today. I won't. That East Linton Road. I'm not going to use. No, we've heard of East Linton Road long enough. Is there nothing else happening in London apart from East Linton Road? Say something else. Give him room to just sit down and have a good heart-to-heart, intelligent and thought-provoking conversation with you. You don't need a degree from Harvard to be able to do that. You just need a good reasoning and a good understanding, and enlarge your horizon of gaining and gathering information, of getting understanding. Because what it says to him is not just the fact that you know something outside of your career. No, it says to him that you know something about the world around you. You have a keen interest in your environment, in the circumstances that surround you. It tells you that you think critically, you make engaging conversation, you provoke him, you challenge him, you push him to even be better. Now you've got him in your back pocket. But if all you talk about is that the wig you bought last week is not working and you have to take it back to the salon, or that your auntie from Cambridge didn't come, because he's going to get bored. There is more to your life than the next episode of your favorite soap opera on TV. There is more to you, especially if you're a Christian. There is more to you to discuss with your man than what the pastor said in church 2 Sundays ago. He was in that same service with you. So why do you have to occupy his life With pastor said, pastor said, pastor said. He's going to turn around and say, maybe you should go and marry this your pastor. Men, they face decision-making process that is so vast on a daily basis. I know women, you have your own, but let me tell you, if some men would just open up their mouth and their hearts to share with you what they are coping with, what they are dealing with, what they are going through, you will take them out for dinner. Whatever number is. Another thing a man is looking for in a woman is confidence. Confidence. Life is difficult as it is. Every day is a struggle to get through and make a meaning of life. So a man is looking for a woman that is ready to face this same challenging world with confidence. Be able to hold yourself with him or without him being around you. A woman who loves herself, regardless of her flaws, will love a man because to her, this is the shape of my nose. There's nothing I can do about that. This is what this season of life, this is what it requires, and I am going to face it. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to approach it from a point of confidence, of knowing who I am. And don't worry about the scar on your face. Don't worry about the shape of your nose. Don't worry about the size of your body or whatever it is that is making you feel, please, let me help you, ladies. He saw all of that before he came to you. Or at least, even if he didn't see that, he's seen that since he approached you, since you've been with him, since you've been going out with him. He has seen all of that and he's still there with you. Why do you want to waste your life trying to cover the same pimples for the next 3 hours? He knows it's there. Just live with it. Can I help you with something, ladies? Men don't notice every one of those flaws that you spend hours trying to cover. Because when a man finds you attractive, enough to approach you, enough to be with you, enough to share his life with you, he's not analyzing you every hour and every inch. Oh, how does this look? Where does that? He's not. No. For him, that is who you are, and he has accepted you. Stop trying to beat yourself down because of this and because of that. For crying out loud. Get over it. He's not thinking about it. When a woman is confident in herself, by herself, with herself, for herself, the man will take a dive from the top of the hill just to show his gratitude and his appreciation. Another thing men are looking for in a woman is ambition. Men love to be caretakers. They always like to plan and take care of this and look after that and be in charge of this and provide solution for this and that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But also, men are looking, they love a woman who can also plan this life with them. Not the one that says, unless you do it, it's not going to get done. Unless you finish it, it's not going to get finished. Unless it's you, then nothing gets done. No. Take your car to the garage by yourself if you have to. It's not because he's lazy, but he's trying to say, you can do this by yourself. Contrary to popular opinions on the street, the truth of the matter is, men really don't want to make every decision by themselves. They want to share that with you. They want to hear your views. They want to understand what your thoughts are. They want to see what you are planning, while you are reasoning. What's your vision about this? Someone that is not just tag along. They want a life partner. A determined and ambitious woman, they are more committed, and that's what men says. When you are ambitious and you are committed and you are confident, it says to the man, this lady, she's going somewhere. I better pull up my socks because she's going to leave me behind. When a woman is like that, it says to the man, I've got work to do. A woman who is willing to push forward, to be the best mother that she can be for her children, to be the best career lady that she can be in her work, to be the best friend that she can be, to be the best daughter to her parents, to be the best friend to her siblings. That's what a man is looking for, because to him, that woman is striving for successful relationship, not just hang about. That tells him, your being ambitious tells the man that you know, or he knows that when things get tough, and things they will get tough somewhere along the way. He knows that you can hold yourself. You're not the one that will, at the first glimpse of trouble, you throw in the towel. You're not the one that will walk away because there's an issue. You're not the one that will just curse his family and his parents and the day he was conceived just because. No. He knows you are there because you believe and you have ambition of yourself, for yourself, in yourself. Because people who are ambitious, people who are aspiring, people who are confident, generally, they figure out how things work. And when it's not working, they know how to find a way to make it work. And that's what the man is looking for. Is this helping anybody at all? Let me hear your thoughts on some of the things I've said. I want to, especially ladies, am I shooting off range, or do you think some of these are, even men, do you think I'm just yabbering away, or do you think these are some of the things you would like to see, especially if you're not married? As a man, as a man, do you think some of the things I'm talking about are some of the things you're looking for in a woman that you're not seeing yet, or you're not sure, or whatever? And as a lady, do you have any idea? Do you have any objection or contributions to some of the things I'm saying? Because until some of these are in place, he will take you out. He will take you for meal. He will drive you to the grocery shop. He will buy for you. He's not going to ask the question. He's not going to ask the question. Another thing a man is looking for in a woman is humility. Humility. Naturally, humble people focus their energies outward, and they do it in such a way that brings them peace and protection. People who are humble, people who are not full of themselves, people who are not living in the bubble of me, myself, and I, people who just know how to be humble, they are always outward focused. Their energy is always towards making things happen for others. So when a man is looking for a life partner, when he finds a lady that is humble, that wants to make him better than he is, she don't need to be Miss Universe. As far as he's concerned, she's the most attractive woman in the world. Because That is somebody that has the desire to put him first, which neutralizes the natural tendency, the natural ego for men to want to stretch and show you I'm the man. But when they find a woman, when a man finds a woman that puts him first, that defers to him, and I'm not talking of worshiping him, he's not God, don't worship any man. But when a man just smell the scent of humility from you, can I tell you something? Your man doesn't care if you don't love him. You don't, whether you say, I love you, it don't bother him. Not at all. He just wants you to respect him, to be humble, to carry yourself a certain way, to have confidence in yourself, to be ambitious, to respect yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a place for playing hard to get. Catch me if you can. That's great. But how does wasting all of your time and energy, how does that serve you anyway? It takes a tremendous amount of courage to tell you how beautiful a man thinks you are. Be humble. Be humble. Be decent. And acknowledge when he says you are beautiful. It's not whatever. There is this misconception that the way you look, your social status, your popularity, the number of people that you have following you on Facebook, and the number of people that is liking you on Instagram, and the number of people that is retweeting your tweet, it doesn't make a jack to him. What matters to him is what happens between the two of you. Who are you? That's what he's asking. Who are you? Just you, with all the flaws and the pimple in your nose and the whatever. Who are you? Is what he's asking for. And in the few minutes that I've got left, let me quickly talk to you about one of the challenges that most women have in terms of how they hold their relationship, or how they see their relationship, or how they perceive their relationship with their man, is this idea of, he didn't say I love you. He didn't even tell me that he loves me. It's good to say that. But can I tell you something? Again, this is something that most men won't tell you. Oh yes, he can date you, take you out, buy you gifts, and love on you and all of that. But when it comes to this idea of I love you, to a woman, saying I love you is a statement of her feelings, how she feels. It's an expression of her affection towards the man. And that's great. But to a man, saying I love you is not just an expression of feeling, of affection, or emotion. To a man, I love you has a different meaning and different connotation completely. Because when a man, typical man, says I love you, immediately there is a cold sweat rather, running down the spine, because it makes them feel vulnerable. It makes them feel like that is a statement of commitment. And remember, like I said before, it's not that men are afraid of commitment. They are afraid of failure because of the commitment. But just because he doesn't say I love you does not mean he doesn't love you. In fact, deep love, I love you, means different things to different men at different stages of their lives. And so for a woman, you need to understand, where is he? Why is he? When is he? How is he on this journey towards the final solution? And so that's why you hear women say, "Hmm, this Stockwell guy, I don't understand him. This Thomas, where is he from? Yesterday he was the nicest guy in the world, and today he's a complete jerk. I just don't understand him. He never even said I love you. I mean, what does that have to do?" If you are frustrated because he's not saying I love you, it's because you are missing out. You are not seeing. You have not taken cognizance. You have not recognized the fact that he's saying it in so many other ways, not just in those three-letter words, or in those three words rather. He might not say I love you. Please, men, say it, please. If it's something that, and don't say it just for say it, because you mean it. But it is not something that a man blots out just to fill the gap. Because to a man, saying I love you is a huge step. It's a commitment. And there are two reasons why men are so scared of saying I love you. It's the number one is the fear of rejection. And number two, like I said, is the fear of commitment. Because for a man to say I love you, like I said, it's not a statement of feeling or emotion. It's a statement of commitment. So for a man to say I love you, I commit to you, I vow to you, I promise you, this is my covenant with you, that I will always be there, I will support you, I will look after you, I'll provide for you. That's how a man thinks about I love you. And his challenge is, after I have made this commitment, I have made this pronouncement, I have made this pledge to you, can I trust you that you will hold it and you will cherish it and you will value it, or you will throw it back in my face? So that fear of rejection, of you not knowing the meaning or what it means to him to say I love you, in order for him not to be rejected and feel rejected, he rather just fold his hands and say, yeah, I hear you. The other fear that a man has, that men have rather, regarding this issue of I love you, is because to them it's a commitment. It's a commitment, and they are not afraid of the commitment, but they are afraid of failure. They are afraid of disappointing. They are afraid of not meeting up to that promise and that pledge that they've made when they say, I love you. But the good news is this, ladies, there are other ways that he is saying it. If only you will open your eyes and open your ears and open your heart to see, to hear, and to perceive it. So quickly, let's look at some of the ways that he will be saying I love you, and you probably have not seen it, you don't know it, you haven't even catch up on it. The first way by which a man is demonstrating his love for you without saying I love you is by offering tokens of affection. Tokens of affection. Now, most ladies would like a bouquet of flowers, a box of chocolate, jewelries, and perfume, and holiday, and ticket, and movies, and all of that, which is great. And most men will be happy, and they are happy to do that. But you see, for him, there is another dimension that is even stronger and even louder in the demonstration of his affection towards you than that. And one of that is his time. His time. When he spends his time with you, when he spends his time with you, for him, that's a demonstration of his love. When he's supposed to be going to Stamford Bridge to watch Chelsea, or when he's supposed to go down the pub with the boys, or when he's supposed to be playing golf with the executives, or when he's supposed to be in the gym running, but he chooses to just hang out with you, drive you around town, just be with you. His time. Now you could say, well, we're in a relationship, so he should spend time with me. Yes, he should spend time with you. But when he prioritizes his time towards you, for you, on you, it's a demonstration of his love for you. And unless you know that, unless you perceive that, unless you manage that properly, you will not appreciate it. And he will feel rejected. He will feel unvalued, even though he's paying you those affections. He's giving you this affection. Another way by which men display and show their affection towards women is through physical display of affection. Affection, there are different ways of expressing it physically. Holding of hands, some this and some that. Yes, but you see, that the physical contact for a man provides a feeling of closeness. A feeling of closeness. So when he's close to you, when he feels close to you, he will open up. He will open up and speak to you and really build you up with his words. Now, he might never say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. But when he feels that closeness, just by physical affection, holding of hands, rub the back of his head, or just ruffle his afro or his whatever hair is, or no hair on his head, when he feels that way, now to him, you can take him to wherever you want. And for him, it's a display of his love and his affection towards you. Another way a man would show you and express his love towards you as a lady is the fact that you must understand that men, they compartmentalize every part of their being. There's the work being, there's the this, there's the that, there's the that. And that is extended even into their relationships. There are some people in their life, some ladies in their life, is just they see them in the office and that's all it is. There's some they only see them at weekends. There's some they only take them out for a meal or to the movies. But when he introduces you to his family, to his mentor, to his best friends, to his siblings, that is one of the highest form of expression of love that a man can show towards you. Because not only does that say that he is proud of you, it's also a demonstration that he wants to show you off. He wants the whole land to know, look what I've got. What are you talking about? He wants to connect you to people that matters to him, that holds a special place in his life, people that he respects, people that he loves, people that mean something to him. He's connecting you to them. That is a declaration of his love towards you, of his commitment to your relationship, of his willingness to take you beyond the high and by. Love, in the deepest sense of it, includes sharing all of you with all of your partner. And part of that is taking you to meet his parents, his mentor, his boss, people that matters to him, his siblings, his friends, his colleagues. When you see him do that, don't just rubbish it. No, for him, that is a demonstration of love. Another way that a man demonstrates his love towards you is that he listens to you closely. Now, there's a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is a natural occurrence. If there's nothing wrong with your eardrums and everything to do with your ability to hear, you will hear. Whether sound or this or that, you will hear all of that. But listening is a different, completely different thing. Listening is a verb, it's a doing word, it's a doing, it's an action. Listening means making a decision, a conscious effort, a deliberate effort to get your catchers out. Now, generally, women are better listeners than men. That is why two women can sit down on the bench in the park, and they'll be there from morning for 2-3 hours talking and talking and talking and talking, because while this one is talking, this one is listening. See? But men, after 10 minutes, he's feeling uncomfortable. He's saying to himself, I'm talking too much. This guy is just wasting my time. I need to go. Women are better listeners than men. So when you find a man who don't just hear you but listens to you, now you are in a different league completely. Because men generally will intensely focus on things that are of interest to them. And so when he gives you an undivided attention and audience, it's a demonstration that you are his focus. When a man not only hears you but actively pays attention and intelligently responds to what you are saying, not all this oh yeah, oh really? Okay. He's watching his football and he's just giving you But when he listens to you, when he pays attention to you, when he gives you his undivided concentration, it's a way of him saying, I love you. Another way by which a man will demonstrate his love for you and to you is that he's not afraid to make sacrifices, especially where you're concerned. You see, generally, people make sacrifice easily and willingly for people that they love. That's why people will make sacrifice for their children, for their spouses, for their parents, because they genuinely love those people. But when a man is in love with you, the last thing he wants is for you to be in a position where you're unhappy, where you don't feel at ease, when you feel some pain or restraint. Or no, he will spill the last drop of his blood to make you comfortable, because he appreciates you, he loves you. But usually, most women take that for granted. They think this guy is just, oh yeah, just take him. They take him for granted. If you do that, you've just shut the door on your love trail, because it won't come back to you. When a man also shows vulnerability with you, men, one of the biggest issue with men is men are not vulnerable. They would rather greet you from afar than let you get closer to them to know anything about them. That's why men don't have friends. They have acquaintances, they have colleagues, they have this and that, but they don't have friends because they know the number one price of friendship is vulnerability, and men are not willing to pay that price. But when a man shows you, I am willing to be vulnerable with you and for you and by you, he's demonstrating the height of his love for you. A real man is not shy about saying how proud he is of you. Even if you are, say you are in the same career and it's like you are catch me if you can, kind of a thing. His love for you doesn't stop him from saying when you win, he will celebrate you. No, he will celebrate you. That for him is a demonstration of his love for you. And finally, how a man tells you he loves you. When he fights with you, when a man fights you, I don't mean physical fight. I don't mean yab fight. But when you see, for a man who is truly in love, he will do anything to protect that which he loves. He will protect that relationship with everything. And like you, when you swear allegiance to the land, you say, I will defend you against enemies, foreign and domestic. And if you happens to be in that category of domestic enemy, he will still defend you against you. Because to him, you are that precious. You are that valuable. You are that wonderful. You are so important to him. He will fight you to keep you, to defend you, to protect you, to preserve you, because he loves you. Well, I hope you've heard something tonight. Whether you're a man or a woman, I hope you've heard something tonight that has given you reason to think, to wonder, to ponder, to re-examine your ways and check yourself and see, could this be me? And if it is, would you do something about it? I hope this has been helpful tonight. Remember, the purpose of this platform is that we all can become better men and better women. And some of the things, most of the things, if not all of the things we're talking about on this platform, they are tools to help all of us in becoming just that, better men and better women. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you again next week. Remember, from next week, we're going to have a special guest with us. Oh, I can't wait to see Tony on this program. Tony is going to be with us from next week, Tony Bryce, and it's going to be wonderful. He's going to be talking to us about how to apply the principles of the beautiful game of football in our lives, in understanding the rules that govern life and how to harness those rules, how to use those rules to our own benefit, and how to keep ourselves within the perimeters, within the bounds of the principles of life. You must learn when to take a rest. You must know when to increase your attack. You must know how to form your defense and defend yourself and your family. You must learn when things are threatening and how to preserve yourself. There's so much we're going to cover. Like I said, we're looking at least for the next 3 weeks on this platform. Tony is going to be here, and as we will be digging into this, the whole thing is called tactics. That's the umbrella. It's called tactics, and it's about using the tactics of football as a game to govern, to administer, to look at how life is and how we can harness the best that life has for us by using some of these common, well-known principles of football game in our lives. And I'm excited because the next 3 weeks on this platform, you don't want to miss it. By the end of this week, the flyers will be out talking about it, promoting it. Please share it with your friends, send it to your contacts. Let them know there is wisdom going on somewhere that they can tap into, and God will reward you abundantly for it. Don't forget, next week and for the next 2 weeks after that, we'll have with us Tony Bryce. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you again next week. God bless you. Bye-bye.